Welcome back then to our first final live here on Field 1 in our final day of the English Touch National Championships weekend on Bank Holiday Monday. We have the women's senior final, and it's the Saxons who are lining up for yet another medal. After their over 50s have just made the final, their men's open team also through looking to defend their crown. And it's an all-southern affair as they'll be taking on the Southeast Taipans. It's a really high standard, this senior division. It's sort of an over 27s division, but in reality, it's a chock full of talent that could very much be a part of Women's Open if they so wished. But what a tournament it's been in this particular senior division. The national pool stage, of course, with the Southwest Saxons, went through perfectly with a 20-plus goal difference. All 12 points for them. The Taipans finished in second place. The last time these two sides met, it was 10-5 in the Saxons' favour. They are certainly the favourites in this final. West Wildcats meet the Midlands Tigers in a playoff elsewhere. And of course, over on the Stadium 9, it is at the moment the mixed open final. We are just moments away from kickoff here. Let's run you through the two sides in action while we have that time. Barrow, Waters, Clary, Adams, Brown, Clark, Zifferus, Coffin, Mendes, Blaylock, Jones, Parry, Bateman and Baby all out there for the Taipans. Balbeo, Bewley, Colton, D. Fondermere, Evans, Fielden, Stewart, Forsyth, Grant Walker, Gratian, Guarino, Huang, Thomas, Trenery, Tucker, Williams and Willoughby all in light blue as they go herring down the line here. The Saxons right to left in our first period of 20 minutes. The bright red of the Taipans with possession going left to right in response. Nice start for this senior women's side of the Taipans, herring down on the near side. Expect real pace here to very nearly match the women's open level, of course, as Zifferus goes herring away down the left. Her pass, though, is caught, and the Saxons have it back again. Dealt with from the first restart. Lovely darting run up to halfway. Fielden Stewart, and then flings it away. Great pace and laid back really well by Bewley, but just ran out of touches there. Jones flicks it off the deck for Zifferus. Jones gets it on the return for the Taipans. Good start for the side from the southeast that were beaten quite comfortably in this pool stage of just 4 teams. Mendes almost away. Holly Waters trying to sneak through, but they're out of touches there, so the Saxons back with it. It's an interesting division, the senior women's, because there's not a lot of call for it. It's really just because of the influx of young players that have recently joined the touch setup, especially since the World Cup and since the schools network was expanded. There's a lot of youngsters coming through who are breaking into the women's open side. Lots of talented players who are certainly not yet ready to join the ranks of the 40s women's, or at least just don't qualify based on their age, but are getting slightly outrun, perhaps by some of these new gen talents who have obviously been playing the game of touch their whole lives. So the senior women's category fills that gap, but plenty of these players could take the step into the women's open if needed. And a long dive from an awful long way out from Erin Blaylock. There'll be a lot of women's opens international caps out there as well as England senior caps too, because it's one of the most hotly contested divisions back at the World Cup 2 years ago. Mendes lays it back. Waters, Mendes goes wide. It's overcooked and away from Rachel Bateman. Not a bad shift though from the Southeast Taipans. The Saxons got a long way to go to get to the box. Good hands. And a hint of an overlap there, and a weaving little run. But suddenly short-handed from the box. Eventually the enforcements come. Ashley de Fondermeer. Driven back from good line speed from Blaylock. Gratian skips away. Thomas gets the pass away, but is eventually caught there. Ashley de Fondermeer. Very heavy touch, right on halfway. Blaylock. Mendez throws the dummy. Good line from Blaylock as they head towards the box. Changes incoming here. Adams with a great break. And what a pick-up. And the delay on the pass almost puts Elena Brown in, but good defence from the Saxons. Great start to the final for the Southeast Taipans. There's women's open side, of course, beaten on a drop-off in the semi-finals by the Midlands Tigers. Oh, it's just loose, unfortunately, there from Cara Adams. Touch there on Clark. Bewley. Some good work there. It's back with Clark. Jones. Nice ball over the top. Adams keeps control. Good line from Blaylock back onto the field again. Not a long rest for the women's seniors, but a penalty spotted by the umpires. Good carry, round the corner they come. Adams. Lovely line. Good pick up from Colton. Wants the penalty there and draws it. Hannah Schifferus just in the way there. So forward comes the vice captain, Alyssa Grant-Walker. Gorino, Walker. Tucker. It's back round the corner here for Trenery. Trenery, good pick up, but it's beyond the outstretched grasp of Alyssa Grant-Walker, and Taipans can look to break. Good first real attack in earnest for the Saxons, who've been under pressure so far from the Taipans. Zifferus with a good drive, but the pass on the inside is loose. Chance for the Saxons. Still locked up level here. 6 minutes already gone in this final game of the senior women's competition. Courtney Trenery to leave the field. De Fondermeer. Gratian weaving a way through. Gratian looking to draw them out. Thomas. Direct from Huang, and another touch comes in. Good defence from the Taipans, but they're still trying to break out of their own 7 here. Daniela Mendez. Skips around one, Mendez. Great carry from Zifferus. This is brilliant work from the Taipans again, who have just started this final a touch brighter. Waters with a good carry. Lofted over the top towards Raphael Baby. Cleary scoops through. Is the touch made or is the ball away? It's down from Jones. Well, Stephanie Thomas was convinced she made the touch as Faye Cleary weaved through. She got the pass away to Jones. But was it touch first before that pass was given? Finally, the score is confirmed. And Georgia Jones has the first try in the final. Well, this was the scoop through from Cleary. It's good acceleration. Oh, how close to making the touch on the half was Stephanie Thomas. Instead, it's the Saxons who go behind. And flawless so far in the competition, but behind here against the Taipans in the game that matters. The grand final. Bewley with a good carry. Rosie Willoughby, the captain. Willoughby wants it, but skipping back to the open side goes Field and Stewart, who races through. And it takes a crucial diving touch from Cara Adams to keep the Saxons behind. Mendes, look at the pace that Daniela Mendes can bring to the ball. Tucker. Barrow with another good carry. Oh, great hands right on the toes from Hannah Zipherus. And then the ball is put wide and a diving touch comes flying in. Touch and pass is the call in the end. Great defence from the Saxons. Thought that Rachel Parry could have been a way to score. And instead it will remain just 1-0 to the Taipans. Saxons back with it. They'll likely head towards the box here. Plenty of keen women on the sideline here, ready to enter the play. Big dummy to slide through the hole. Still going here. Zoe Field and Stewart was caught in the umpire's mind. Field and Stewart lays it back. Still only first touch. Field and Stewart now will leave the field. Great run again from the Saxons. That's good momentum from their first two touches. Courtney Trenery. Nice ball back on the inside. Trenery, quick pickup. Needs to fill it loose. Throws the dummy, but is caught by Barrow. Penalty, though, for the Saxons. Big chance for the equaliser here. Alyssa Grant-Walker and Courtney Trenery taking control. Trenery. Grant-Walker. Trenery. Floats it over the top. Beautiful pass. Forsyth scores in the corner. Trenery with the missed pass. Forsyth with the finish. Trenery taking control there. Just floats it over the top. Perfectly weighted for Ella Forsyth, who scores for the Saxons. And we're level again. Waters, good response from the Taipans. Couple of touches, are already up to the 7. Waters lets it fly. Surely a forward pass there. Well, it is a forward pass, but it's a penalty. So a fresh set of 6. Adams. Cleary ships it on. Mendes gets onto the outside, finds the winger. Bateman caught. Mendes. Bateman again. What a finish from Bateman. But Abby Colton makes the touch. Mendes. Shipped all the way along to Adams. Good pick up. Adams on the return. Adams goes herself. And this time is scoring. Cara Adams reaches out. Saxons offside, unfortunately, there for them. That touch was fine. Just couldn't retreat quick enough to the 5. And in this women's senior final, it's the Taipans who take the lead again. And a mistake right on the off robs the Saxons of an opportunity to respond. Nice step from Jones. Good line as well from Clark. Clark there in support as well. Off goes Jones. Clark. This time to the near side. Brown. Gets it back again here, Brown, and a hint of a 3-on-2 out there. Brown with a good carry. Over the top it goes. Was there a touch? Just about. Taipans denied this time. Saxons look to break though. They're right in that bottom corner. First touch taken. It's a really good carry. Looks like they're just going to have a go here. Ball onto the outside and look at the pace. But the touch is made. thought for all the world that Forsyth was through for a second, but touch was made back on the halfway. And I think we are going to restart with a Taipans penalty. Just a roll ball for the Taipans. Adams, the try scorer. Zephyrus back on the inside, looked a little forward from here. Barrow, Zephyrus, Barrow. Still going Barrow, good carry. Mendes, Zephyrus, brilliant line. Mendes comes round the corner. And Adams through the gap. Touch made. 2-1 it remains. Last dart here for the Taipans. Mendes had to throw it, but unfortunately off target. Still 6 minutes to go in our first half here in the senior women's final. Senior with a serious asterisk though.
Can we get Jack Grantham and Jake?
Touch formed and there was a Taipan in the way, so you've got to imagine that might be a penalty. Abby Colton will play with the penalty.
Can we shout out to the referee?
It is a penalty in the end. Just shy halfway, Colton crosses the line. Grant Walker. There at the half again, Grant Walker. Marino. Grant Walker. Trereny off the deck, wants it on the loop. It's Tucker instead, and the ball's put down, not cleanly enough for the referee. And 2 penalties in quick succession, unfortunately, for the Saxons. What a performance so far by the Taipans, who were beaten 10-5, to remind you, when these sides met in the group stages yesterday. Mendes ships it on. Around the corner, Daniela Mendes, and Barrow hits the box. What a carry from Blaylock. And that might open things up here for Holly Waters. Faye Cleary. Waters. Cleary. Slapped down by Grant Walker. 6 more for the Saxons to deal with. Holly Waters. Cleary. Waters. Caught by Grant Walker. Quick pick up though. Cleary. Waters again. Right at the 7 now, the Taipans looking to sneak through on that corner. And they've actually lost possession as well. Just rushed their touches there. Unlikely, though, for the Saxons to be able to trouble them from here without something special. Good pressure from Jones. Colton with the drive. Trereny, Colton on the inside. And she's beyond halfway, the winger. Courtney Trereny leaves the field and placed by Gratian. Gratian there at the half. They just ran out of touches there. It was a good move from the Saxons. Trading blows here, both teams at the moment in terms of that completing their full set of 6, but just unable to penetrate any further. Georgia Jones, and then taken in by Waters, and changes coming for the Taipans. Floated across for Mendes, caught by Colton, big touch. And then the pass was made. So Colton did in fact make the touch and pass is the call. Penalty for the Saxons, big opportunity for them with a set of 6 on halfway. Gratian, Fondemir. 2 players come rushing out in red. And the corner comes Emma Bowley, stepping inside and out. Good footwork from Bowley. Field and Stewart. Zoe Field and Stewart almost through here. And it's Willoughby. Rose Willoughby caught, but I think there's a penalty coming here for the Saxons. In fact, it's a turnover instead. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Taipans lead by 2-1 against the undefeated Saxon senior women's side in this gold medal match. Nice pass, Barrow. Oh, it's just wide, unfortunately, there. Just touch and pass, I think, was the eventual call. Saxons maybe with one last go before the break. Certainly lots of energy off this near side box. Good carry from Grant Walker. Can that set something up for them here? Guarino. Oh, it's another penalty. Disappointing, really, for the Saxons. That might be their last chance of the half, but for the Taipans, they'll be very happy to take this score into half-time, leading still by 2-1 in what's been a really narrow game, a flurry of early scores, and since then it's really settled down, but the door is open for the Saxons now. It's an unforced error, really, just trying to be a bit too clever with it, the Taipans. So close to the end of the first half. Grant Walker. Courtney Trenery. Grant Walker. Great line speed from the Taipans. Quick ball round the corner. Trenery goes direct. And I think the try's been given. Offside from Barrow and Zipherus. So that means at the break, Saxons will go in level again. Hang on a moment. Well, there's 3 umpires out there, and another one of them has had a part to play in the drama here. The try's not been given. It'll remain 2-1 to the Taipans with 10 seconds to go. I think it was just forward from the base of that breakdown, which means the Taipans will remain ahead with 20 minutes to go in the senior women's final. What a performance by the side who were beaten by 10-5 when these two sides met this weekend already. But the undefeated Saxons are behind at half-time for the first time in the competition. Can they turn it around? We'll wait and see. With 20 minutes still to play in this senior women's final, live here at the England National Touch Championship weekend.
Officials, this is your 2-1. Officials, 2 minutes.
Welcome back then to the second half here of our women's senior final. It's the Taipans who hold an unlikely lead against the undefeated Saxons with 20 minutes still to play. The Taipans are going right to left in this second half in the red and black, with the navy to light blue shade of the Southwest Saxons, who are going to be involved in quite a few finals today, with their men's senior side making the final and their men's open team as well as their women's side here at senior level. Senior, of course, being those 27 and above. And the Taipans, who were beaten by the Saxons rather convincingly in the pool stage, currently lead by 2-1. What a final they are having. Hannah Ziferus to tap us off here for the second half here. 20 minutes still to play. Ziferus, direct straight away. Good take from Mendez, off the deck. Mendez, Barrow, Ziferus, Barrow again. Great start for the Taipans here. They should have a strike at the line from their first set of 6. Barrow, Mendez, Ziferus. Can they keep it alive here, the Taipans? They've counted it right. They'll have one nice strike here. Oh, what a take! And what a finish from Cara Adams. And the score has not been given, but a penalty has been. Fresh set of 6 at the 7 here for the Taipans. Barrow. Good Saxons defence so far. Being really well manipulated by this side. Adams going for the corner. There's 2 in blue there to shut it down. Close again from Adams, who was already on the score sheet today in this final. Barrow. Good acceleration on this near side from the Taipans, and Mendez over the top for Barrow. Was the touch before? I think Huang made it. Good touch from Jenny Huang. Only a few more phases to defend here. The Saxons, to be a really important defensive shift for them. Ziferus, Adams, and shut down on the edge again, and that's the turnover. Well, good work from the Taipans to head into that far corner. And the roll ball is loose, and an opportunity presents itself to the Southeast Taipans. Really big defensive shift. Next try could be crucial in such a narrow encounter. Head down, straight for the line from Blaylock. Mendez has it under control. Blaylock. Mendez. Another high press from Jenny Huang. Great defense from her in the start of the second half. Mendez. Directing traffic. Blaylock. Really good acceleration. Mendez, perfect pickup. Blaylock! 2 more. Making the touch for Saxons. Just one last defensive effort here for them in the senior women's final. And it'll be a really good start to the second half. And Blaylock's caught. Turnover Saxons. Twice they've denied the Taipans from close range. Is that a sign of things to come? Still trailing by a single try, of course. Little bit loose at the box. Mendez intercepts it. Shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit, the Saxons. That's twice they've given it away. Ziferus, same attacking pod out there. Still working hard, the Taipans. Barrow, Ziferus. Great pick up, and Barrow slides in, looking for that offside call. Doesn't come this time for Emma Barrow. Ziferus, Barrow. Jones puts it down. So an unforced error to allow the Saxons to get away here. And some fresh legs as well to fend in the attack. Another penalty. It's the 3rd turnover inside the Saxons' half already. Barrow caught for the high line speed. Manages to get it away to Jones. Adams. Jones. They are making changes while they're looking to create opportunities here. Bailey off the deck. Really good line speed from Trenery. Adams looking to carve another way through. What a mammoth defensive shift from the Saxons. They've done so well to keep the Taipans out for this long. Still knocking on the deal here, the southeast side. Interception! Trenery picks it away. Plenty racing after it here, and Trenery's going to be caught. But she's made it 60-70% up the field. Really good chase back by the Taipans. And Trenery continues to run. Real pace from Holly Waters to get back and shut it down. But suddenly the Saxons in the ascendancy. There you go, there's the touch finally. Grant Walker. Good work off the deck. Trenery darts inside. And this time it's given. Offside is the call. Saxons have their equaliser. Under the pump for the opening 5 minutes in the second half. Great interception. And then Trenery, who picked it off to begin with, gets on the end of the final score. What a move for the Saxons. And they're back on level terms. And is that the turning point for the Taipans, who were hammering away, that they just couldn't break through? Mendez looking for that quick response to put them back in front again. They've led for almost 15 minutes of this tie. Touch on Mendez, but they are at the 7. Put down. Top work by the Saxons here. Because the Taipans have given very little away. But they've managed to weather a defensive storm and on the front foot from the interception, and now driving again. It's an excellent pickup from Zoe Fielden-Stewart. Good drive from her, even if it eventually is turned back over for the Taipans. Mendez gets the tip away. Barrow. Zipherus looks to get on the outside of the first press. Good pick up from Jones, and Jones is looking to test the Saxons here. Barrow whips it away. Touch and pass, and it was a 3-on-1 in that corner. Saxons get away with one there. Now just in the ruck though, so the penalty reversed. Jones, Zipherus, Barrow. Good line speed from Fielden-Stewart. Barrow, Clark. They're still going to progress down that short side. Very important touch, almost displaced possession. Cara Adams keeps the hold. Emma Barrow. Hannah Zipherus expanding again onto this left-hand side. Barrow, diving touch from real range from Fielden-Stewart. Back to the 7 they go. Just a few more chances in the chamber here. Barrow, long pass, good hands. Stepping inside and out again on that far side, Rachel Bateman, but unable to get away. We're still level here. 8 minutes gone in this second half. Saxons have managed to get back on the board through Courtney Trenery. Interception and then finished off the move. It is a penalty for the Taipans. Not every Saxon was aware as the changes are made. Jones, Zipherus, loves to step back onto that inside. Waters, weaving a way through. Jones, Zipherus. Good pick up from Waters. It's Jones again. Saxons are slow to get out there, and Zipherus might look to punish them there, looking for that offside call. It's a powerful touch in the end from Catherine Evans. Still Taipans have it. Zipherus, Waters, steps on the inside, but is caught again. That time from Francesca Garimo. And the Saxons can break. Trenery. Good box from the Saxons. Really good work. Hint of a roll ball spotted by the umpires. Good work for the referees. So this game's still very much in the balance. Taipans slowly working their way back into the contest after being pegged back level. Much more narrow a game than the one they experienced at the pool stage, of course. Powerful touch, but a good pickup and a chance for the Taipans here. Sliding all the way through goes the number 2, Elena Brown, but quarters half, so Gratian gets it on the return. Colton, Gratian. Colton again. Now here come the changes for the Saxons. Really strong carry on this short side from Thomas, but unfortunately it was turned over for the Taipans. Well, they're making changes as they attack again, the Taipans, so a little bit short-handed on the far side. In come the changes, though, now. Mendez passes to ground. Turnover a little bit further up the field now for the Saxons. What can they create with it? There's your first touch. Ooh, lovely darting run to get away. Really good carry on the second again from Field and Stewart. And they progress down this short side. Here come the changes. 2 more touches in the chamber. Trenery. Play on. Offside is the call. Trenery almost dancing all the way through. Eventually caught. And that was the 6th touch. Still 2-2. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Next try feels like it might be consequential. Good pressure on Raphael Baby, and then Baby at the half. Nice ball inside. Oh, it's just floated in the path of Waters. Alive to the effort. Clark, good pickup. Saxons backpedaling. Waters puts it down. Saxons then, with possession, just shy of halfway. 8 minutes left on the clock. Tied up at 2-2 after scoring first, and it's a brilliant run to get things started. Oh, but loose on the deck, unfortunately, from Alyssa Grant-Walker. And they're going to be marched back even further here. So, Taipans with what is practically a restart. Waters. Jones made it halfway towards the line with those 2 carries. But the Taipans making substitutions mid-attack has stunted them again here for the moment at least. Now it might open up for them. Flung wide, just a little bit too ambitious on that occasion from Aaron Blaylock. Trenery, good line. Saxons make their changes. It's another good transition from them. They're up to halfway with 3 touches left. Thomas, expansive. Gratian looks to go back inside, but loses out. Bit of a stalemate here in this second half. Neither side really able to threaten for progressive phases. I mean, we've seen the Taipans on the 7 a number of times, but they held firm, Saxons, and then that 1 interception led them down the other end. But since then, it's been rather even here. If anything, the Taipans with a bit better field possession, if you were to look at the statistics. This is a good drive, though. Barrow on the pickup, and suddenly the space opens up. Gratian rushes across. It's intercepted. Crucial grab from Forsyth. Try score already in this final. Gratian round the corner. Whistle goes, and it's a penalty, this time for the Saxons. Gratian. Dummy as they look to nail their transition here, the Saxons. Thomas. Some good carries beyond halfway. Willoughby. Field and Stewart elusive again, looking for Willoughby on the short side, and it's put down. Taipans a long way from home here in this bottom corner on the opposite side to their box. First two touches, fairly decent stuff from the Saxons in defence. Clark, lovely delay on the ball. Just a hint of an overlap for Bateman, but momentum slowed. Mendes. Direct, good pickup. They've got a score from here, the Taipans. What a carry from Waters. Waters, the final pass again is wide, looking for a call from the umpire, but it's not going to come. Just 5 minutes to go until we're heading to a drop-off. Can either side find a way through in these closing moments? Willoughby switches inside and out there. Emma Bewley. And here's half a break on the edge for Forsyth. Good pace, just caught. Crucial touch from the Taipans. Willoughby. It's a great carry. Once again, plenty of yards today from Zoe Field and Stewart. Grant Walker. Field Stewart, Grant Walker. It's slapped down by Mendes. It had to be as well. Almost grabs the intercept. Just like the Saxons at the start of this half. Instead, it's Grant Walker. Willoughby, the captain. Rose Willoughby hands it off. Willoughby at half. Flicks it up again. Chance here for the Saxons. Not this time for Zoe Field and Stewart. This could decide the game here. 4 minutes to go. Willoughby, Field and Stewart, Rose Willoughby, Zoe Field and Stewart dances through, but is she caught? Try given! Cleary offside. Saxons in front. Saxons finally in front. This is tough for the Taipans to take. They've been terrific so far. They've led for most of this game, pegged back early in the second half, and now late in the day, they trail for the first time in the contest. What a comeback from the Saxons, who might have thought they had this wrapped up after going undefeated through the group stage, but Taipans have hit top form at the right time here in Nottingham in this women's seniors final. Well, they've got a chance though to equalise here. Back at the 7 after a great transition. Diving over goes Adams. Well, they've given it. 2 there in the corner. Saxons weren't ahead for long. 2.5 minutes to go. We're level again at 3-all. It's a second of the contest for Cara Adams. Take another look at it here. There was the touch from Trenery. Trenery on the retreat. She doesn't get back in time. Offside is the call, and Adams sneaks over. Here's Huang. Thomas. Gratian. Up to the 10. Can Saxons create here? The game's come alive again with 2 minutes to go. Good pressure from the Taipans on Dufondemir. Thomas. Dufondemir. Gratian. Bit of space on this near side. Huang. Gratian. Huang. Colton on the edge. Huang goes herself, and they've just got Taipans tucked away in the corner here with 2 minutes to go till we reach the drop-off. Big touch. Good pick up from Mendes. Can they grab a winner here, Taipans, or will they let Saxons in again? Bit of a stumble from Dufondemir, but she recovers well. And this is the chance for the Saxons. 1 minute 30 to go. Gratian. Colton. Changes incoming. On comes Field and Stewart again. She got up her sleeve in these final moments here. Field and Stewart. Still going Field and Stewart. Eventually drags out Mendes to make the touch. Quick ball. Zoe Field and Stewart. Sent back to the 7. 1 minute to go in this final. We're level at 3-all. The Saxons with a chance. Field and Stewart! It's a score! Or just a penalty. Well, let's have a minute. Thought the hand was down, but it was palm side up, so just a penalty. 7 touches here for Zoe Field and Stewart. Willoughby. Field and Stewart! Lovely footwork! And that should do it. With 30 seconds left to go, Zoe Field and Stewart, who's been the star of the day for Saxons, steps on the inside. Lovely footwork to see off 2 defenders. And that could be that. Unless they can do something very special here, the Taipans, with 15 seconds to go in this senior women's final. The undefeated Saxons have clawed their way back into it here. Could we see an equaliser on the buzzer? That should be it. Saxons have done it. (10-5) when these teams met in the pool stage, but it was nothing like that today. The South East Taipans put in a fantastic performance, but the undefeated Southwest Saxons claim the senior ladies title. A fantastic comeback with 3 late scores in total, but the one 30 seconds before time from Zoe Field and Stewart was enough to seal the game. What a final here for you on Field 1 at the England Touch National Championships weekend. Just about avoided the drop-off, and that's good because we've got more big games to bring you here, of course. Up next on Field 1, with kickoff due in 10 minutes' time, it is the national pool fixture in the Midlands Tigers and the West Wildcats, which may as well be the final, as they're the 2 top sides in the competition. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time, live here. But congratulations to the Southwest Saxons, who are your ladies' senior champions.